All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the X Zone. I am Rob McConnell, and we're coming to you from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Worldwide toll-free, 1-800-610-7035. My email address is xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. On all social media sites, X-Zone Radio TV, and our main website, www.xzoneradiotv.com. My guest this hour is Shanta Gabriel. She is a writer, a teacher, and a mystic whose life is devoted to bridging heaven and earth by alignment, immersion, and connection with the Archangels. She does this work by facilitating and inviting people into a direct experience of infinite intelligence and divine love. Now, Shanta is the author of the Gabriel Messages book and card set, which she uses in her popular inspiration for week emails. She also shares her 40-plus years of spiritual practice and experiences through her monthly messages from the Archangels, her classes, and private sessions. For more information on Shanta Gabriel, her website is www.shantagabriel.com. And Shanta, great having you back here in the X Zone. How have you been since you and I have last talked?
Just wonderful. This has been a real exciting time to be alive.
It certainly has. I would imagine with everything that's going on in the world today, the angels are busier than usual.
They definitely are, and there's plenty of angels, so they're just waiting for us to ask.
Now, Shanta, for the listeners who may not have been with us last time since you were here, can you tell us how you became involved with Archangels?
Well, it was a surprise to me. I was having quite a difficult time in my life. My marriage wasn't going so well. I was feeling like my work was needing to really expand, and I didn't know what to do, and I'd been praying about that because I do believe in prayer. And one day I was giving a massage, which is what I did. I do energy massage work. And at the end of the massage, that is when something really different happened. And it was like having an earthquake. I was living in Hawaii, and the room literally felt like it was vibrating. There was this strong gold light in my eyes. And when I opened my eyes, there was this massive being at the end of the table that had this huge wings that went all the way out the ceiling. It was an extraordinary experience and actually scared me a lot.
Now, when you say this massive being, how massive are we talking?
I had a 12-foot ceiling.
Yes.
And so the wings went above that.
My gosh.
And the light was nearly blinding, and he told me that he was Archangel Michael, and I could hear that voice in my head, and there was a part of me that was completely scared to the place where I just couldn't believe it was actually happening, and I said, not now, I'm busy. and he went away then, and I never asked him what he wanted. That would have been a really useful thing to do, because that really changed my work. My work started taking on this. There was much more light-filled energy. There were healings. Things had really changed, and I just couldn't tell anybody that there was an archangel there. And he kept showing up, and it was like, go away. This isn't what I'm asking for. I didn't ask for an angel in my life, but what I was asking for was a new path, and that is what he was offering. So it wasn't until about a year or so later
Mm-hmm.
where I hadn't told a soul about this visitation, and I had an almost similar experience, and this time it was this massive being that had eyes that went right into my heart, and I could really feel the presence of love, and I could have much more open mind to that. And he said he was Archangel Gabriel, and he was here to help me bring messages to the world.
Fascinating.
And that was 1990.
Wow, and
and
here
it hadn't stopped.
Mm-hmm. All right, you and I have to take our commercial break. Shanta, it's always great talking to you. Exonation, Shanta Gabriel is our special guest this hour, www.shantagabriel.com. The topic for the hour, Archangels and their messages, here in the X Zone with yours truly, Rob McConnell. And Shanta and I will be back on the other side of this 2-minute commercial break as we continue around the world from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, on the X Zone Broadcast Network and our growing family of broadcast affiliates right around the world. We'll be back on the other side of this 2-minute break. Don't go away. Exonation, Shanta Gabriel is our guest this hour, www.shantagabriel.com. Shanta, I have never known anybody who has had the nerve to say to an angel, let alone Archangel Michael, not now, I'm busy.
I know. It was very cheeky and not really very productive either. Because since that time, I found out that Archangel Michael is really assisting people in this time because it's a very challenging time to live in, as most people are experiencing. And his mission is to help people learn how to be more comfortable and to work with the new frequencies of energy that we have on the planet now.
So, Archangel Michael had no luck with you because you kept on, saying, listen, not now, I'm busy. He kept on showing up and you basically told him to go away. And then Archangel Gabriel came down.
Yes.
He peered into your heart. You felt the complete love.
Yes.
And how come you didn't tell Archangel Gabriel to, not now, go away, I'm busy?
Because my heart just melted. I couldn't, I really wanted to know what that love was about. I wanted to have a greater understanding of what the light I was experiencing meant.
And what was your answer? What did you tell yourself? What did you discover about this love?
That this is what we're here to experience in this life. That there is this powerful presence, and I'm not just talking about angels, I'm talking about the light of God, this supreme presence, whatever you people call it, it's all that is. And that light carries this empowered presence of intelligence and divine love, and that the light that we're experiencing, even from the solar flares, all of that is carrying these frequencies of divine love and divine intelligence. And we can actually bring that into our hearts. We can actually breathe that into our bodies and really allow that energy to start working with us. We can also invite the archangels or, our own guardian angel into our lives to help us and work with us. I feel like all the angels are sitting on the couch waiting for us to ask,
Yeah.
And all we have to do is invite them in.
How big is Archangel Gabriel? Is he the same size as Archangel Michael?
Yes, actually, maybe taller even, but with a much more gentle presence than Michael.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, what kind of assistance can the archangels give this world of ours in its total state of chaos?
Yes. Well, I believe that the chaos is actually a part of a process, a greater process of evolution that people on the planet are undergoing, and the planet is evolving as well. But people are well. To start with, I would come back to December 21st, 2012.
Yeah.
That the Earth did not end.
No.
But life as we had known it did change. And that was because these higher frequencies started to work on the planet, which meant that the three-dimensional world as we had been experiencing it had really changed. And we were moving much more into these higher frequencies of light that carried more beauty, more empowerment, more harmony, more connectedness to these higher realms of light that hold this frequency of the archangels. So the way that we're moving into the fifth dimension and these higher dimensional realms allows us to work with these frequencies in a way, because now we can create with this light. We actually can create form with light, and that is what is happening as people learn to use their intentions, because what we focus on is what we receive. This is the law of attraction. So that as people create intentions for their life and actually focus on something other than the chaos and the lack, but they go to what they truly want to experience in this passionate feeling space that is what our spirit responds to.
So when we look at the world as it is today, is this part of a plan? Is this the signs that we are in a change, that the frequencies are in fact changing, and is all this turmoil caused by our getting used to a new frequency?
I believe it is. And, our emotions need to stay in balance. We need to stay in a state of balance within ourselves, and our emotional upset and this discordant energy that most people are experiencing, mainly because of fear. And the fear that has been really, I was going to say the media. I know this doesn't come from you, but, in different ways we have been taught to respond with fear. And it's just because it's so new. If we could learn how to breathe and ask for help and just come back into a balanced state for our emotions, then we would actually be able to handle this energy much more resourcefully. And I think that the chaotic appearance, that is just because the old ways don't work anymore. And so everything that is not in harmony with these new frequencies is coming up to leave. It's coming, when we have this fear energy in our bodies, we can also know that is just showing us what is leaving. We just say it's on its way out. It's leaving, and ask for help to come back into balanced state.
What will it take for everyone to join the proper frequency so that this seemingly state of chaos that we're seeing ourselves in today will start harmonizing, and peace and understanding will once again rule?
Well, light is very powerful, and so if we were just simply to bring light into our bodies every day, we would be filling ourselves with light. We would be filling our organs with light. We would be breathing light into our beings in a way that allows us to enlighten ourselves. We would lighten up, and we would then not take life quite as to the level of seriousness that we have. Then if we can see that there is a greater plan here and learn how to trust in this unknown quality of life. It seems like everything is more unknown now, but yet, really, we never really knew what was going to happen. It was unknown. And so we don't have to respond to the unknown with fear. We can respond to the unknown with a level of trust and ask for help to really work with it. And we can work with these vibrations in a way where we've never been able to before, so that we can focus on what we truly do want to experience instead of what we are thinking is happening to us.
Now, go ahead, Dora. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say that, this sounds really Pollyanna and very simplistic, but actually I had the experience of it working now for over 20 years, and in 1 year, I actually had the experience of losing my business went bankrupt, my marriage ended, I lost my house, I lost my appendix, I had a car accident. So that all happened in 1 year, and so it took. So I have had the experience of losing everything, and then being able to use this, what I was taught by Archangel Gabriel, to come back into harmony and alignment with what I really wanted to have in my life. And so it is. It does sound simplistic, but the power of our intentions and our focus of attention and really being present for life right now is because in the moment is the only place of power that we have. The masters for all the ages have been talking about the power of this moment in time, and I know that if we can stay present, grounded in our bodies, and focused on what we are here to experience in terms of harmony with ourselves, connection to our soul, and our higher purpose in life, that really does allow the frequencies to align in that level. And we start attracting more of what we really do want to have.
Now, with all the different radio frequencies that are being taken up by microwaves, you've got microwaves, and then you've got AM, FM frequencies, the cell towers. Are all these frequencies that weren't here several years ago interfering with the galactic frequencies?
I think that the light knows what to do because, there is divine intelligence inherent in there. So I don't really think there's interference. I think that the light of God is stronger than anything else.
All right, Shanta, please stand by. You and I have to take our news break at the bottom of the hour. Exonation, Shanta Gabriel is my special guest this hour, www.shantagabriel.com. And she is the author of the Gabriel Messages book and card set. For more information, once again, go to www.shantagabriel.com. This is the X Zone. My name is Rob McConnell. This is a place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. Eastern until 2 a.m. Eastern, all around the world on the X Zone Broadcast Network. Don't go away. We'll be back after this news break. Exonation, Shanta Gabriel is our guest this hour, www.shantagabriel.com. She is the author of the Gabriel Messages book and card set. Shanta, you say there is one thing that anyone can do that will assist any person and any situation. What is that?
Well, one thing we can definitely do that will allow us to feel more centered, more calm, is to simply put our hands on the heart and breathe. There's been a lot of studies done through heart math. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it's a scientific organization that's been studying the heart. And they found that the intelligence of the heart is actually greater than the brain. They've discovered that when we put our hands on the heart and we breathe into that place, we actually are activating this deep coherence within the body that allows us to feel more centered, more calm, more connected to ourselves. And it really also brings about a sense of harmony. And so that is the first thing that people can do, is just come back into themselves. It's like putting the oxygen mask on first, before you do it for your child in the airplane. It's really important that we stay in that heart center where we can be more connected to this divine intelligence, and also to help us to stay present and stay grounded in our bodies.
So that song, Turn On Your Heart Light, was a lot more than just a song.
Absolutely. It's the truth, and scientifically proven now.
I guess. Last time you were here, you read us a special message you received from Archangel Gabriel. Do you have any messages for us tonight, dear?
I do, actually. I do. So this one says, praise God and praise yourself for the path you have chosen. Dear one, your path in life is decided upon before you take birth in human form. Your soul reviews the lessons necessary for highest growth, and then chooses those life experiences that will provide them. From a human perspective, this choice is often difficult to comprehend. Many outwardly horrendous lifetimes have powerful lessons and seem beyond human understanding. To truly understand the soul's growth, it's necessary to have an expanded perspective that sees an overall picture. When situations occur in life which seem very difficult to handle, a certain balance is provided in knowing that on a soul level, a great learning experience is occurring, and that you are given all you need to handle the situation for the highest good of all concerned. This does not mean that your emotions do not exist, or that somehow you should not feel upset, because in human terms, your experience is very real and your feelings valid. Within the power of your soul, however, there is a great gift in your situation. No matter how senseless a condition may appear to your human eyes, a greater truth is available, and it can assist you to remember this and to pray to see it. It can also help to remember that you live in a benevolent universe where the grace of God is available at all times. From a human perspective, it's also often difficult to experience incredible joy and happiness. There are many in your world who say it's too good to be true, watch out when things get too good, etc. The angels say to you that you are a beloved child of God who deserves to be happy and to have incredible blessings in your life. If this is what you're experiencing right now, enjoy it. Live this blessed moment to the fullest. Never doubt that good things happen and that joy and miracles are your natural state of being. Do not doubt the path you have chosen. If there's something in your world you want to change, pray that it be transformed for your highest good. Trust in your angelic teachers and in the divine presence, which is eternally within you. Be grateful for your life, and most of all, praise God and praise yourself for the path you have chosen.
Wow.
Now, I usually get this message when I'm questioning how my life is going, and so it encourages me to step back from immersion in what's happening in front of my physical eyes and take a more neutral view of my reality. It's obviously easier to break into exuberant praise when our lives seem to be moving in ways that evoke our happy place, right? But the challenge is to know that our life has power and merit when we're looking at appearances that do not please us. And that's when we start flexing our spiritual muscles to balance our emotional states and see beyond appearances and know that there is a blessing in every situation. It's not only a blessing, it's a call from our souls to notice that we have an opportunity to create something wonderful that really works much better for us. So it's this, when we step back into neutrality, it helps me to be more present to my life and also to the creative solutions available. And that's another thing that Archangel Gabriel has really taught me about, is there is a creative solution no matter what it looks like, no matter how dire the situation, no matter how confusing we are feeling, how confused we're feeling, there is a creative solution, and all we have to do is ask for it. And then step back, because what I discovered is the creative solution that comes from the archangels is not in any way the form that I had in mind. And so the creative solution is actually much greater and much more in alignment with what our souls need. So that is one really powerful key that can be invited into life, and something that can also be heartening to remember that there is actually a creative solution.
In today's high-speed society, are we missing the simpler things in life? Are the angels trying to show us how life can be much more productive if we just stop to smell the roses and we give thanks to those responsible for what we have?
I do believe so, Rob.
Yeah.
I really do. I think that the more we can simplify our lives, the happier we become.
Yeah, I agree.
And slowing down seems to be a really big portion of it all, because especially as things seem to be speeding up, we can never move fast enough to keep up with what things look like. So when we slow down and actually take deeper breaths, then that's when we can start to remember to ask for creative solutions and to not go into that frantic overwhelm that most people live under.
So what should we do? How can we all best communicate with our angels?
Well, taking time to smell the roses, as you say.
Right.
One of the things that smelling the roses actually does is raise your vibrational frequency. The higher our vibrational frequency, the happier we are. So when we see beauty, when we bring a flower, then we bring that one rose into our house, that one rose holds this incredible presence of life and hope and new beginnings. And we can really allow ourselves to see beauty. We listen to music that uplifts us. We kind of clear the clutter out of our lives and just take some time to sit and breathe quietly. It doesn't have to be a formal type of meditation, but meditation has really been proven to allow us to soften into a state that is much more resourceful. It allows us to receive our guidance much more resourcefully. We can invite our higher selves to speak with us, because, our soul has a voice, and that is our higher self. Because we're here to be this blended being from heaven to earth. We're here to bring our most divine self in, this eternal, amazing part of ourselves, and join it with our very basic human self, and have compassion for that soul that is living in a human body in a world that is often confusing and chaotic. The more we can stop and breathe and allow ourselves to receive from these higher levels of light and wisdom, the happier we become. And I really do think that smelling the roses, looking at nature, even hugging a tree. I am a rampaging tree hugger, and I found that the trees have a lot to teach us about being in alignment and being centered and rooted and grounded to the earth where we receive our nourishment.
I agree with you that that hugging a tree, and I've done this myself, is a sure way of grounding yourself, because we carry so much with us that we need to ground ourselves. We need to take our shoes off and run on the grass. We need to hug on to some part of nature so that we get rid of the static, for lack of better words, the negative energy, and it's grounded, and we're able to be free and clear and perceive with opened eyes and an open heart.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I used to have T-shirts made that I used to give away to my friends and listeners that said, "Life is simple, we complicate it."
Yes, absolutely, we do.
It's crazy, because if you give somebody a very simple answer, they think it is automatically wrong. If you give them a big chalkboard full of this algebraic, chemical, quantum physics, formula, wow, that's got to be right. But no,
that must be good, right?
Yeah, simplicity.
But it's actually the simplest things that bring us the greatest happiness.
Yeah.
And we're really learning what has most value in our lives now, because everything else is being stripped away, so that we can really truly find our soul purpose and align with what is in harmony with what we truly want to experience, that love in our hearts and the beauty that is all around us and just waiting for us to notice it.
What are the ABCs of quantum living in your work?
It's a fun thing to absolutely raise your vibrational frequency and bring huge benefits. And since 2012, there are numbers of words that have gained in frequency. Words, for instance, like well-being. If we just ask that well-being enter into the base of our spine, we would actually have an experience of being in that grounded state of full well-being, because we have energy fields, right? We have magnetic fields around our hearts. We have these fields of energy that contain our mental and emotional and spiritual being. So we have these energy fields that we can actually invite high frequency words into our lives and into our field, and it changes us. If we sit in the experience of well-being as a meditation in the morning, even for 3 minutes before you walk into work, it changes profoundly your energy system and allows you to attract that into your life. If you're focused on well-being, that's what you'll bring in. And that's the law of attraction. That's a completely, you become an energetic match for what you want to receive. And the ABCs, we started, this friend of mine, we would take these, I live in Mount Shasta, and there's beautiful nature all around. So taking a nature hike is one of the greatest ways of raising a vibrational frequency. We found out that when we were thinking of words that had power for us, we could go through the whole ABCs and come up with words that had great significance. Words like alignment, the A's, alignment, allowing, acceptance. If we align with our source energy, we accept what is around us, and we allow change to occur without attachment to what we think we want or what we are thinking that is right in front of us. We just accept what is, allow change to occur, and ask for something like well-being to come in and change our minds. We put our hands on our hearts and breathe, and we bless all those around us. We bless our situation. When we bless, we are conferring energy upon the object of our focus of attention. So this blessing, breathing, and belief when we believe that we are truly inspired, when we believe that this is a benevolent universe and we are loved and cared for beyond our ability to really understand, we can really change our lives that way. And that brings us to the C's, like certainty, clarity. If we're really confused, what do we need? Clarity.
Sure.
We invite clarity in. So this is the way the ABCs work. It's very fun, and it allows a shift in consciousness and raises a vibrational frequency. And honestly, don't you feel better just hearing that right now?
I sure do.
Simple, huh?
Life is simple. We complicate it. Gabriel, Shanta, please stand by. You and I have to take our final break for this hour. Exonation, Shanta Gabriel is our guest this hour. www.shantagabriel.com. That's www.shantagabriel.com. And we'll be back on the other side of this break as we wrap up this hour here in the X Zone with yours truly, Rob McConnell from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. We'll be back on the other side of this break. Don't go away. Shanta Gabriel is our special guest this hour. www.shantagabriel.com. First of all, Shanta, great having you back on the show. It's always a pleasure talking to you. I know that you touch many hearts. You bring a lot of peace and harmony to those who come to you for their angelic messages. Over the years, have you found a difference in the questions that the people are asking you to ask their angels?
Not really. not so much. Although I think that people now are feeling either stuck and confused because they don't think their life really is moving, or they feel like they're looking for some kind of hope because they've lost everything, and I feel like I can really address that. And I don't, unless it's hard to get stuck right now, unless we aren't paying attention.
What is your final message tonight for the listeners of the X Zone Nation?
Compassion for yourself. Love and compassion for yourself is the most important thing you can do. I mean, we've tried to whip ourselves into enlightened states, and we can't do that. The only way that we can really change our lives is to have compassion for what we're experiencing, know that we are really being guided and cared for, that we can invite that help in, and trust in that angelic energy that's working through you, and know that you are profoundly loved and eternally cared for, and that you can have what you need if you allow it in and really have compassion for yourself and love.
If people would like to contact you for an angel reading, how is the best way for the listener to contact you?
My email is shanta@shantagabriel.com. That's one way. They can go to the website, either the Shanta Gabriel website or the Gabriel Messages, and there are many different, I have different readings that I can do for them and different ways. There's different messages there, uplifting things. There's free videos and alignment exercise that everyone can do to bring more light into their bodies. There's plenty there that can uplift and assist you your life.
One quick question. We have about 30 seconds left. Do angels try to communicate with people in their dreams?
Yes, definitely.
Really?
I think they're trying to communicate with us all the time, and we don't slow down enough to pay attention and receive it.
Shanta, as always, when I'm with you, time goes by so fast. I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Oh, thank you, Rob. This has really been an honor. I appreciate you very much.
Oh, I appreciate you too, sweetie. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to having you back on the show before Christmas, because Christmas is the season in my book for angels. Take care of yourself, dear friend. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Now. Exonation Shanta Gabriel has been our guest this hour. www.shantagabriel.com. That's www.shantagabriel.com. My favorite topic in the entire world, angels, because I believe in angels. I believe in angels. And I believe in archangels. I believe in guardian angels. I believe they're with us. And it's always great talking to anyone about angels, but I really enjoy talking to Shanta Gabriel. We'll be back on the other side of this commercial break with the news at 6.5 minutes past the top of the hour as we continue here in the X Zone. Don't go away.